I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology, much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Aries Ascendant. Sun rules your 5th house, and the Sun moves into the house of courage and communication. The house that is responsible for you to take the initiatives, the house of siblings and short distance travel, the 3rd house, and in the sign of Gemini. And this will increase travel for you, especially students who want to travel for their education, and for couples who want to travel for their marriage, destination marriages. For medical travel, all this is going to be favorable. Sun will also aspect the 9th house, therefore giving more insight into your own belief system. And you can either find flaws or you can find good things inside what you believe. If you find flaws, correct it. If you find good things, it will further strengthen your belief system. Sun in the 3rd house brightens the house of courage, therefore giving you extraordinary power, extraordinary courage. And this is the exact time when the difficult problems can be solved and difficult things in your life can be taken care of, and you can pull yourself out from misery, and you can actually bring the light in your own life through your own hands, through your own efforts. Just that try to see that the Sun will be actually in trine with Ketu and Saturn, and this time Ketu is definitely retrograde in Libra and Saturn will be retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. And this trine will be in the 3, 7 and 11, which is called Kama Trikona. That means the trine of desire. That means whatever desire Sun will. So initial enthusiasm and motivation will be all time high. And then at the end, whatever task you will do, if there is no futuristic goal in your mind, if you are not thinking with long-term approach, what will happen? That initiative will be taken, very enthusiastic initiative. And in between, you will be hitting yourself with a gap or a roadblock or a missing piece of the puzzle. While you fill it, while you reach to the end, you will have to redo everything because there is a retrograde Saturn in the 11th house. Tensions with siblings may rise, so you have to resolve all that. If you want to do something towards your talent, if you want to focus more on the bright side of the life, if you want to learn a new language, if you want to move to a different place, all this is possible. But then whatever you do must have a long-term approach. That is the key here. Mars and Venus will also be debilitated second from the Sun. Mars until 1st July and Venus until 7th. Therefore, this is also going to deplete the resource of the Sun. So it should not be a traveling for resources that you are wandering here and there, hoping that you can achieve something. But at the end of the day, you bring back nothing. So all this hunt, all the quest, all the search should have a meaning. So whatever you are trying to do must have a definitive, data-based, meaningful reason. Otherwise, the Sun will only give you hope, but things won't happen in reality. Just be careful that your communication can come across as very authoritative, and that may, trouble some people, and that can actually make somebody feel that you are an egoistic person. Protect yourself from overconfidence by chanting Narayan Kavach or Narsimha Kavach. And be very humble, touch the feet of elderly, your parents, and try to give water to the birds, to the animals, and try to be compassionate towards everyone that is around you. Overall, if you maintain these soulful dignities of life, if you're true to the core basic principle of dharma, that is path of righteousness, the Sun transit will be a potentially transforming transit for Aries Ascendant and Moon sign. Taurus Ascendant. For Taurus, Sun rules your 4th house and Sun will be in your 2nd house. So this Surya will enlighten, illuminate the 2nd house, giving you security, giving you wealth, telling you the right way to earn money, telling you what is right and what is wrong, and detoxify yourself. But the sun is going to give you maximum strength and maximum output when Mars will enter the Leo zodiac sign. If you see for Taurus ascendant, sun will be in the second, but Mars and Venus will be in the third house. 1st of July is the date when Mars exits the sign of Cancer, the sign of debilitation, enters Leo zodiac sign, and then it can create necessary it can give you necessary energy to bring career changes. Problems related to real estate will be resolved. And when sun is in the second house, it tells you the right way of communication. It corrects your it corrects your food habits, but then parallelly you will have to value the elderly in the family, and you will have to be cooperative with the family members on certain matters related to, but if there is a fight between two family member, because when sun goes in the second house, you can become slightly authoritative, and when that happens, there can be clash of ego. So until Mars is in Leo, you should not do anything that can be insulting to others, that can hurt someone's feeling. You have to take care of your diet, avoid food that can create lot of heat, drink plenty of water, and speak the truth, because sun loves the truth. Try to be vegetarian during this month if possible for you, and try to wake up before sunrise. Chanting Surya Gayatri mantra will be really helpful when sun is in the second house. Also, when sun goes in the second house, it also illuminates the second house in a way that you see the flaws of your own family, of your own construct, of your own belief system. You will get to know what bad investments you have made, how financially good or broke you are. Don't be disheartened. This is the right thing. Once you see all these things, do something about it. Just because Mars is in the third house, you will feel weak and there will be procrastination. But if you keep your head strong, if you are determined, the sun will help you in the long run. This is a good transit for you. Gemini. Now, sun will move on your ascendant, which is a very auspicious transit, especially because Leo, the zodiac sign of sun, is your third house. Now, when the third lord goes in the first house, you tend to take initiatives towards your own life. You will have more involvement in the life of your siblings. You can have a cordial relation with your neighbor. And sun being a morning, it's a morning time because sun is in the first house, right? So every morning when you will wake up, you will see sun rising from Gemini, which is your ascendant. So wake up early in the morning, at least for this month, and give water to the sun. Do Surya Namaskar, chant Aditya Hriday Stotra and Surya Gayatri Mantra early in the morning. Use yellow color and use flowers to pray to gods. Try to have that positive vibration in the first hour of the day. That's how you can increase the power of Surya in your birth chart. You can also do Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, which is called Anulom Vilom, the alternate breathing exercise, if your health permits. And sun being in the first house will illuminate the first house, so it will increase the power in your mind, your personality, your overall aura will become more and more strong. So chanting a positive mantra, chanting Surya mantra, or any mantra, any japa done during this time will give you a lot of positive energy. It will increase your personality, and the way you will communicate with people, the way that aura will influence the outside world will be different than any other day. Sun in the first house will also aspect your seventh house. Therefore, making all the flaws in the marriage and how you communicate with the other world come right in front of you. But you should not be very authoritative to immediately correct the situation. See, that is the problem. Sun being in the first house means it makes your mind very authoritative and controlling. So immediately when you see a fault or a problem in someone or somewhere, you try to correct it. Then there is a mistake. That is where you will have to be very humble and you will have to be very polite. Ego will increase and overconfidence will increase, especially because Mars will be moving to the third house towards the after 1st of July, and from 7th of July Venus will also enter the Leo zodiac sign while Sun is in Gemini. So this might give you unnecessary confidence. So be very careful about that. When you are committing something, when you are accepting any proposal, You should know all the pros and cons. But if you do that, if you are managing your actions very well, this is more or less a very good time for you. Karka Lagna, Cancer Ascendant. Now for you, Sun will be moving in the 12th house. Now when Sun goes in the 12th house, you have to especially find the time period very interesting, which is when Mercury will also be in the 12th house. That is after 24th of June. Now you see, for you, Mars and Venus is on Ascendant, Sun is in the 12th house, then Mercury enters the 12th house, and after a couple of weeks, Mars exits, and then on 7th of July, Venus exits the house, goes in the 2nd house. So what is so unique about this? Sun in the 12th house is not good. Mercury in the 12th house is not good. And Mars and Venus in the 1st house, because both will be in Ashlesha Nakshatra, not a very great formation. Now, this is a time period where your visa related issues can be resolved. You want to travel abroad, you want to work in an MNC, you want to change place, you want to sell something and move to somewhere else. For that, this is a good time. But for any other approach, this you will have to be very, very watchful of all the events. Now, I'm not taking Sun alone. I'm taking all the planets into consideration. Although videos for individual planets will come, but here if you see them in a very clubbed manner, it is squeezing around your ascendant. 4 planets coming very close to your ascendant. The future movement of Sun will be on your ascendant after 17th of July. So you will have to be very watchful of how you speak, how much you spend. Unexpected expenses will be on the rise. Emotions will fluctuate a lot. Better to meditate and focus on the right guidance. Don't forget that there is a retrograde Saturn in the Ashtama Bhava. Especially if you are a Cancer moon sign native, then for a month you just have to focus on what you're doing. Forget about short quick gains. Focus on the long term gains, and that will help you stabilize your life. Any random decisions taken this time can be very dangerous and can give you consequences that you would not want to face. Pray Vishnu Sahasranam, chant Vishnu Sahasranam, read Bhagavad Gita. It will be quite helpful for you. Leo. In case of Leo, you are ruled by Sun, and this Sun goes in your 11th house. And when Sun moves to Gemini in the 11th house, this is like gain for the ascendant. It's great for Leo, ascendant and moon sign natives, especially with respect to your personality, your confidence. You will gain support from your friends and family. This is a great time when you can actually enjoy your life. You can enjoy the wealth. Promotion is on the card. Businessmen will see profits. I can understand that there is a retrograde Saturn in the 7th house, and this Sun, which is in Gemini, will be entwined with Ketu and Shani. But still, Sun being your Lagna Lord shows that if you determine and if you are confident and if you are thinking in the positive direction, the Sun in the 11th will definitely give you financial gains, and it will increase your presence in people of higher order, people who are successful in their fields, who can be the mentors, will associate with you. Sun aspecting the 5th house will also bring positive energy in the life of your children, and you will be very happy because of their growth, their behavior, their overall existence. Just that Sun being in the 11th can also sometimes surround yourself with people who will praise you a lot. So be very careful. Don't fall for unnecessary flattery or ego, because any battle of ego will result into retaliation by Ketu and Saturn. When Sun goes in the 11th, this is like the end result is bright, prosperous, happy. Donate wheat during this time. Donate food during this time. Do Surya Namaskar and chant Aditya Hriday Stotra every day. See, when Sun is in Gemini, which is the natural 3rd house in the 11th, people who earn through IT, banking, communication industry, trading and commerce, or if somebody who deals with government, foreign governments, will see good boost during this time. Your confidence will increase and your overall personality will expand, and you will also show light to others. It's a very positive transit for Leo Ascendant. Virgo. For Virgo, Sun rules your 12th house and the Sun goes in the 10th house. Now, because Sun is in the 10th house, it gains a lot of directional strength. 10th house is also the house where Sun is mostly strong. It is like the afternoon. The Sun is scorching hot. But this is also the time of highest illumination, maximum light, and this heat, this thermal radiation that you receive from the Sun is very important for agriculture, for crop, for plants, for nature. So a lot of things will be kind of essential that will happen when Sun will transit the 10th house. It will improve your career, but will also make you work more and face difficult situation. And only once you kind of pass the examination, you will become popular and people will remember you and you will get fame. Sun in the 10th house can also bring some ego battle with your supervisor. You might face a difficulty in taking orders, and while you're giving orders, you might come across as a very dominating or intimidating person. Just manage these energies a bit and you will be fine. Now, why I'm saying that Sun in the 10th can react instead of giving something positive? It will give positive, but there is a chance that it can just, overshoot its energy because of Mars and Venus in the 11th house. Somebody can get jealous of you. In your own heart, you would want to become famous, but you might take a shortcut which will lead you to failures. So if you're going in the normal direction, it's a usual month for you, and you are focusing on your own abilities, improving your own qualities, finding out areas where you lack, working on them. If you're solely focused on yourself, then you will see a lot of growth, promotion, getting a new opportunity, new job, getting appreciation. Everything will be basically positive. But only when you start extracting or using the 11th house as a negative portrait. Like you gain some money and then you started boasting about it. You got an appreciation and you started hating your rivals, or you started hating the people who have not received. The moment you show this shift in that attitude, Saturn will counter this, and the 11th house and 6th house will go into a battle. So be very watchful of that. But otherwise, this Sun transit in the 10th house is career changing, especially for people who want to go to abroad, who are associated with pharmaceutical industry, who are associated with eye care, doctors, scientists, anyone who is glass manufacturer, photography, solar panels, someone that is dealing with gold, someone that is dealing with light energy, will see great boost during this time. Chanting Surya Gayatri mantra will be extremely helpful. Libra. Now for Libra, Sun rules your 11th house and the Sun goes in your 9th house. This is again a very positive transit. 11th Lord going 11 places away and going into the 9th house is the Bhavad Bhavam. So you will get proper guidance. There will be travel associated with respect to business. You might go on a long awaited trip with your friends and family. Your network circle will increase. You will get help from people you admire, your role models, and you will be more closer to being who you are, who you want to be. Sun in the 9th house, but will aspect the 3rd house, so it might give you overconfident. Sometimes when things go in your favor, you assume that it is how it is going to be. But if you are being very practical, if you're not overconfident in your life, then you will see that the same Sun transit and aspecting the 3rd house will improve confidence, will make you more humorous. You will be more like witty and people will love your behavior. Your personality will improve. You will radiate the positive aura. But this can also be slightly intimidating or may come across as dominating. So be very careful. Sun in the 9th house will also, flare up any difference that you have with your mentor, supervisor, boss, father-in-law. So what you should do is you should be very humble. And whenever you are stuck, try to communicate in a humble manner and you will see a lot of things will be solved just by talking. And financially, this is a very good time. For investment wise, at least with respect to Sun, it's a very good time. But if you are a Libra ascendant and if your Sun is on the Lagna, that means that Sun is debilitated, or if Sun is in the 12th house, then you will have to be slightly careful. And remember, take this time as the time of recovery. Chant at least 11,000 times Surya Gayatri Mantra if possible for you. Because Sun in the 9th house is actually when Sun illuminates the Dharma. And at that time, you must focus your mind towards God and divinity rather than on material things. The material things will go as usual. The moment you shift your focus to divine, your material things will grow. Remember, Sun is the Rajasic Tattva. And when Sun is in this position, the Rajas in your body will increase, which might sometimes lead to ego, greed, hunger for power. Keep that in check. Scorpio. Now, if you see in Scorpio, Sun rules your 10th house and the Sun goes in 8th house, which puts your career under transformation. Your image, your profile, your aura, the way people perceive you, your livelihood, your career, all goes under transformation because it goes in the 8th house. And sometimes when Sun goes in the 8th, it seems very dim. And this is where your Atma, soul, goes in the Ashtama. That means Ayu Bhava or secret house. So a lot of secrets will be revealed. Be ready for a lot of changes in your life. Be ready for a lot of transformation in your life. It is definitely going to be an extremely positive time, but you will have to wait for Sun to move in the 9th house for you to see the actual meaning of what the chaos is happening in your life. You will have to keep secrets. Be very careful when you're talking to someone. This can make you emotionally vulnerable, but this also can create anxiety because a lot of flaws in your life, financial flaws, investment flaws, taxation flaws, will suddenly open up. But Sun in the 8th house is not that bad. Sun in the 8th house can make you a scientist, can make you a researcher, can give you brilliant insights that you have never experienced or seen before. Sun aspecting the 2nd house can, bring in positive energy because Sun is showing the direct light to the 2nd house in the family, finances, banking. Just that you will have to be very careful not to be emotionally vulnerable during this time, not to speak more than necessary, not to try to intimidate. Show of power will be dealt with negative Saturn in your birth chart. Remember, Saturn aspects your ascendant, and this Saturn, in fact the retrograde Saturn, which will be from 21st of which is on 17th of June, 2 days after the Sun transit, and on 21st Jupiter will also be in Bharani Nakshatra, and Jupiter being in Bharani Nakshatra will be 11th from this Surya. So that is also of significance. For the king, gain is very important so that he can sustain. So now it's a question of your sustainability. Something will end, something will begin. Just ride the wave, go with the flow. Sagittarius. Sagittarius has a special place for Sun. Sun is your 9th lord. It is the house that brings you the divinity. And that Sun goes in the 7th house. This Sun in the 7th will actually bring or highlight issues in your business, issues in marriage. But if you fix it very humbly, if you address it and take that leap of faith, your business will show improvement, your marriage will show improvement, you will meet potential strong business partners, you can start a new partnership with someone who can take your business to places. You will meet people who are learned in their field and who are experts, and you will get a lot of guidance. So if you are behaving like a student, not like a teacher, like a student, you will see great transit of this sun in the in the seventh house, because this sun will aspect your ascendant. And when this Surya aspects your ascendant, through your loss, through the weakness, through the ups and downs, it pulls you up. It's your ninth lord, and ninth lord is 11 places away, aspecting the Lagna. Nothing like that. Plus, your ascendant lord will be in the fifth house. So that is also something which is brilliant, because Jupiter will aspect Leo zodiac sign. Good time to start a new business, good time to think more creative in your life, good time for people who want to start a business with in a different country, in government sector, something that is related to energy sector, metals, pharmacy, something that is associated with agriculture, herbal medicine, and healing practices, wellness, something that is associated with you can say eye care. Overall, this sun in the seventh will be brilliant transit for all these individuals. And if you are a Sagittarius, if your sun is strong, if when sun goes in the seventh house, this will simply boost your life and boost your momentum. Capricorn. Now for Capricorn, sun transit in Gemini is pretty unique. Do you know why? Because sun rules your 8th house and it is in the 6th house. So it's a Vipreet Rajyog for you. Sun being the 8th lord going in the 6th house is a Vipreet Rajyog. And therefore this gives a lot of potential for recovery, to heal your life, to fix issues, focus on inheritance related matters. If there are problems with your in-laws, this will also resolve. Sun in the 6th house can also work to bring out hidden enemies right in front of you, so that you can manage your energies in a way that you can protect yourself. So you will have to go very defensive during this time. If you go offensive, then this will lead to unending battles, certain lot of court cases, or even things that you have not thought of. And this sun is retrograding. Sun is in trine with retrograde Saturn, which is in your 2nd house. So you will have to be careful about money. Money may be spent on healthcare a lot. Money may be spent to recover loss or pay off debts. So that's a good thing, but you will only experience the goodness after some time. If you're too much in problem, you can chant Gajendra Moksh. Otherwise, at least read Aditya Hriday Stotram every Sunday, Sundarkand every Tuesday, and Surya Gayatri Mantra every day. If that is all also that is difficult for you, then just pray to Bhagwan Narayan and Bhagwan Ganesh. Because 6th house is Vigna, and praying to Ganesh, who is a Vignaharta, will be a blessing. Visit Ganesh temple and just try to be there. Absorb that energy. Wake up before sunrise and focus greatly on your health. And the moment you see that you are in a competition, you're kind of going into a fight, try to be very defensive and try not to be in such a situation, because sun will then create some damage, because that's a Vipreet Rajyog. Opposite situation giving you positive results, but the result will be positive, or the cognizance that what is happening with you is actually good will come later. So give it some time. Aquarius. In case of Aquarius, sun rules your 7th house, and this sun goes in your 5th house. When sun rules your marriage and business, and it goes in the 5th, it helps you gain confidence towards your partner. Your partner will gain confidence because of your behavior. This is going to build greater relationship. This is going to strengthen the bond. And when sun is in the 5th house is called house of Putra, Santan, child. Sun going there will give you hope that couples who are struggling for childbirth might see some healing energies coming to them through doctor, through healer, through blessings of God. Sun in the 5th house also, can use your past life positive karma, the blessings that you have received over multiple lifetimes. To give you gains that you have not expected before, Sun aspects your 11th house. It will test your learning, but then will give you higher roles. It's like you are being promoted to the king's court and at important positions. So try to target that important position wherever you are in life. For students, it's a time of correcting your mistakes, fixing your health, fixing your routine, and being in discipline. See, if you are in discipline, the same Sun transit will be excellent. Why? Because Sun is entwined with your ascendant Lord, Saturn, which is on your ascendant, that to retrograde. So, you will have to fix yourself. Take care of the health of your stomach. It's a good time for actors, professionals who are involved into media, communication, politics, someone who is into limelight. It's a great time. Your voice will be very effective. Your communication will be effective. Your body language will improve. So basically, work on these areas if you think you are lacking behind. And for if you think your life is normal, that's great. Bring something extra. Learn Sanskrit, because that will help you to read scriptures. Remember, 5th house is also the house of education. Pisces. Now for Pisces, Sun is the 6th lord. When Sun goes in the 4th house, it carries the energies of the 6th house to the 4th house. That means the hurdles, the difficulties, the negative energy or the enemies will try to disturb your inner peace, will try to disturb the family equation. So try to be very defensive and protective. Chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. And if possible, do Yagya or Havan in your home. Do some Surya Gayatri Havan or Surya Puja in your home, or a Vastu Puja in your home, just to have that aura being very positive. Remove anything that is old, decaying, dirty. Be very minimalistic, clean everything, and focus more on the brighter side of life. Because see, 4th house is a house of midnight, and Sun loses the directional strength, which means you might feel slightly low in hope. But try to understand, your ascendant lord is in 2nd house, so resources will be there, but somehow you won't enjoy. And at that time you will have to go very spiritual. Also do a lot of donation of food, associate with charity organization, humanitarian causes. What that will do, that will increase your happiness, because you're doing something. 6th house is not always bad. 6th house is also seva. People who are working from home, people who want to start a business out of home, can see positive gain. If there's a lot of stock that is unused in the business, something will happen that will help you get rid of any stored up energy. You have to ensure that anything that is hidden, anything that is stored, should not be released immediately. Otherwise it will be an explosion, an emotional explosion. So it is better that if you release it very slowly, gradually. And if you are in trouble, if you are in any kind of mental trouble, if you have any personality issue, confidence issue, talk to someone. Talk to a healer, talk to a doctor, talk to a mentor, father, mother, guide, friend, or even a counselor if needed. And this is not the time to start something new if you're not confident about it. So first be confident, gather all the information. When you have your comfort zone ready, then you take the step. Otherwise, Sun aspecting the 10th house will help you gain more roles in your career, although that may make you uncomfortable, but you will be more confident that whatever work you are doing now is valuable. So try to do more so that you can get results later on.